In this one, Auditing Yorkshire decides to hassle a security guard at a brewery in Tadcaster.
Yeah, hang on, I found him.
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm not here for any malice.
Yeah, it's just because you got your video on.
I just said to your colleague, I make videos for social media.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. It's innocent.
Well, it is a private property there, that's all.
Yeah, it's just that the road isn't.
Well, yeah.
It's maintainable at public expense, which means it's council.
Stood in there, and the other archway doing it.
Yeah, but that to be fair, that gate were open. That gate's open.
Yeah.
And the other gate, I didn't go. I did go in there,
but you're just not allowed.
But I didn't go past the barrier.
Since it's Auditing Yorkshire, you know that he'll then make some criticisms of the security guard's competence.
You've been filming me, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how long you've been doing this job or like what experience you've got, but under GDPR rules, if you're filming someone, you have to tell them if it's a member of public, because of GDPR, like data subject, data handler. I'm not going to have a go at you about it. I'm just, if you didn't know, you know, now you know. Yeah. I'm a member of public, so I can just do it.
Actually, you're subject to data protection too, Auditing Yorkshire, and you are supposed to register as a data controller, and you are subject to all the relevant laws and regulations that apply to data protection, just as the brewery is.
By law, it's what we call Section 33 Criminal Justice Act 1972. So whether it's on payment or otherwise, if there's an implied right of access and you can walk there freely without crossing any barriers or opening any doors, you're allowed to do that by law. Only... You're just not allowed to video... You can video. Can you? Yeah, you can. If somebody comes out, i.e. security, and says, look, I'm acting on behalf of the landlord, I'm trespassing you, I would like you to leave, I'm invoking your implied right of access.
There is no such thing as an implied right of access in this context. There is an implied permission to access premises in certain circumstances. In this situation, he did not have an implied permission to enter the brewery. He was trespassing from the start. Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972 does not avail him, but we've been through all that already in previous videos. Basically, Auditing Yorkshire is talking absolute rubbish. He's simply too lazy and too arrogant to sit down and actually learn the law. Instead, he's too interested in going round spouting what he thinks the law is and acting superior over security staff because he thinks he's better than them.
Are you with me?
Are you with me? You condescending little tool. I hate the way he talks down to people like this when he doesn't even know the basics of the law himself. He has just been explaining something else to the security guard, which is that if once it's clear he's trespassing, he refuses to leave, then that's a criminal offence. Well, actually that's not strictly the case. It could be aggravated trespass, but refusing to leave is not per se aggravated trespass. There's a statutory definition for aggravated trespass, which we've already considered at length in previous videos. I don't need to go over it here.
If you spoke to me nicely, I'd be respectful and just leave. But just bear in mind, if...
I'd like to think I'm speaking to you now.
You're being nice.
So, if in your opinion, someone wasn't being nice to you, you would commit, in your opinion, the offence of aggravated trespass. Have I got that right? So you're saying you will only obey the law and only respect other people's property rights if they're nice to you?
Just bear in mind, if you don't want anyone going anywhere specifically, just make sure the gate's shut. Like this one here. I don't know if you use this part of the building.
Yeah, all good.
I don't know if you use this part of the building for anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah, just shut gates, put a lock on it.
So now you're a security consultant. Your qualifications for going round different businesses and companies unannounced, telling them how they should manage their own security, are what exactly? Hasn't it occurred to you that sometimes gates and doors may actually be left open or unlocked for a reason? For instance, authorised personnel may have to use them, or customers and clients and suppliers who are expected by the business may need to use those accesses and egresses. The reality is that you were trespassing. You have no right to do that.
I'm not normally this nice.
You're not normally this nice? No. Really?
Because you've been right with me, I'm being right with you.
I think I understand how this works now. If you're alright with an auditor and do as they say, they'll be alright with you. Seems fair enough to me.
If you just not do it anymore.
Yeah.
Today anyway.
No, I won't do it again today. I am going to come back though in a couple of weeks.
I think at this point we should make Auditing Yorkshire aware of Section 2 of the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, which says that harassment, defined as unwanted contact on at least 2 occasions, is a criminal offence. I would argue that all, or virtually all, auditing videos are offences of harassment anyway, because an occasion, defined in Section 7.3a of the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, could be the act of visiting and then broadcasting the footage. The only exception would be where the visit is amicable. This is definitely not an amicable visit, because this security guard has made it clear to Auditing Yorkshire that he doesn't like what he's doing and he would like him not to do it again.
In closing, overall nice guy. The security guard went round looking for me, bless him. As nice as he is, I think he needs a little bit more training, because he doesn't seem to know his job role properly and about GDPR and all that kind of stuff.
Let's look at the things that you need some retraining on, Auditing Yorkshire. Data protection. You're still not registered as a data controller, despite the fact that you're handling people's personal data by filming their faces and broadcasting their faces in an identifying context. You're not blurring out their faces in the footage. You're even giving the name of a security guard in the footage. I've had to blur out the faces and mute out the name every time you repeated it in the excerpts we've just seen. And then there's trespass, which you still don't understand the fundamentals of, and you keep quoting a bogus understanding of Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972, which has nothing whatsoever to do with access to land. Seems to me that you're the one who needs retraining, Auditing Yorkshire. The security guard, who you have just been criticising, handled you perfectly pleasantly, politely, in a civil and professional manner, and I think his employer should have few or no complaints. Certainly we all could do with training and improving our knowledge and competencies, and that includes me, because I don't know everything either. And it must be hard for security guards to encounter a situation like this, where some strange man turns up with a camera and just filming everybody in sight without any courtesy whatsoever. It seems to me, Auditing Yorkshire, that the problem here is you, not other people. What exactly is it that you're auditing? I don't see any benefit to your activity whatsoever.